Hi, Dale. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Man, well, look, we're out at the beautiful Dixon Gallery and Gardens, and thank you so much for being here today. So what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to look at planting this Japanese umbrella pine, and it's not a true pine. It's kind of rare for this part of the world, but they do really well. They're slow growing. But we're going to plant a balled and burlap version of this. So
It's gonna be good.
just to show you how to treat a balled and burlap planting. And we're starting out here with some pretty good Dixon soil.
Okay.
It's recently been weeded and mulched, so we're good to go.
Okay.
And
All right,
Kyle
so we got,
McLane.
Kyle's going to help us out today. Thank you for being here, Kyle.
Glad to be here.
All right, so how would you like to get
Kyle
started?
is the manager of grounds horticulture here at the Dixon, so we've got the all-star team here planting today.
Oh, we're ready to go.
All right.
This is going to be real neat. Looking forward to it.
All
So
right.
we've chosen this spot and we're just going to pull the mulch back.
How's that ground, Dale?
That good, rich Dixon
Good.
soil right there.
Okay.
So we're going to try to dig. We don't want to go too deep, but we can go wide. So we'll do it about twice the width of what the root ball is.
So better to go wide than too deep. Got it.
Yeah, too deep. We're going to set it on some harder ground. All right, we'll use our spade to measure. About to there. We want it a little high, dig a little deeper. This particular plant and a lot of plants don't like our heavy clay soil, and so planting them high, it has drainage. You want the crown to be high and it to slope away. You don't want water going into don't want it planted in a hole. I think we're about ready to go in. All right, so when you're handling a balled and burlap tree, you always want to handle it from the ball. You don't want to handle it from the top, and you want to be careful not to break the ball up.
All right.
So we're going to go easy over into the hole, and then we want to look, step back and look. I think this side is better. Chris, what do you think? I think this is the face.
Yeah, I think I do agree.
Okay,
with that.
so
I
we're
do.
going to turn this thing. A bit more.
Hey.
How does that look? All right. Shift it over that way just a little bit.
My way.
Yes. Okay. Now, first thing we'll do is get some dirt under it to make sure it's plumb straight. So, how's that? There we go. How's that?
Still leaning a
still
little bit.
gonna
Yeah,
lean?
leaning a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see how it does. Is that better, Kyle?
It is.
It's good.
All right. So sometimes you'll see this synthetic rope that they use, and that does not biodegrade. It takes a long time for
Right.
that to break down. It's got plastics in it.
Right.
So if you have this, you definitely want to get all of that off of the root ball.
Okay.
But this has jute twine, and so it will decompose, but we still want to pull the burlap away from the base of the tree and
Right.
tuck it down into the hole. So Kyle is going to cut the rope there and peel that back.
The burlap is there to hold the soil onto the roots and not let it fall off. Some, when they get larger, you're going to have a wire basket, and you want to leave that on until you get it in the hole and some soil around it, because you don't want it to fall away from the roots. So we've got this in here, and we'll add a little bit of, we're going to add some amendments.
For our amendments, you can use soil conditioner. We actually use just the pine bark. This is a little bit composted, but it really aerates it. And if you think about most of the nursery stock that's grown in containers, they're growing it in bark. So it's a really good soil amendment. It is slightly acidic. If you're planting something that likes alkaline, you might want to add some lime. That's not the case here. This is a pretty adaptable tree. And then we add red sand. And the red sand has different size particles in it. If you use white sand, that's mason sand, and you mix clay and mason sand and you get concrete.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it's red sand if you're incorporating sand into the mix. And then we go with something that's, this is some composted cow manure. It has some nutrients to it. And this is kind of the cat's meow here. This is the This is worm casings, worm castings.
Ah, okay.
It starts out as peat moss. It just has a lot of humic acid, and then it has a lot of enzymes. And then Kyle likes to add some mycorrhizae to it as well.
This
so
is
we're giving every chance
a
we
plant starter that has beneficial bacteria and mycorrhiza.
Right.
The mycorrhiza is a fungi that attaches to the roots of the plant and helps the plant take up more nutrients and more water.
I think you got a generous helping of that on there. So what we'll do now is we'll come and we'll kind of mix this all together. We don't want to just put this directly in the hole. We want to mix and amalgamate all this stuff together and then put it in the hole. So we'll mix this in with the native soil and then fill it. You don't want big pockets of just the mix in there. You want to mix it to where you have sand, bark, and the native soil all mixed together. But yeah, we want to kind of mix all this together even when I'm turning it into there. And like I said, this is pine bark, so I'm not worried about the mulch getting in there at all, because we're using composted pine bark, you may recall. So, air pockets are always a thing. You want to make sure you don't have air pockets. When you discover those in the heat of the summer, your plant will probably be dead if you leave an air pocket in there. So we want to tamp that down. Plus, and this is a smaller plant. You really don't need to stake this. And I think staking we kind of only do when it's necessary, because it's extra work, it's ugly, and it's
ugly.
You know. But
you can either tuck the burlap down or you can actually cut it out. We're just going to tuck it down.
Okay, so you don't cut it out.
And we'll rake the mulch around it.
All right. And just kind of go over top of it. Oh, so this is existing mulch?
Mm-hmm. That's why we pull the mulch back to kind of keep it clean.
So what about the first watering?
The first watering, you will do it really thoroughly. Even if you have an irrigation system, get a hose out there. Get a hose with a water breaker on it. You can use your thumb, but you know, go ahead and invest a few dollars in a water breaker, right? And just give it a real good drenching all the way around. And when you think you got enough water on it, water it again.
Right.
And so you want that first watering to be very thorough. Again, you're settling out air pockets. And then planting something like this, you're going to want to give it, if you don't get an inch of rainfall in a week, you're going to want to give it an inch of rainfall or so. But you'll want to watch it and see if it needs a little bit more water than that. Okay. You know, in the heat of the summer is the first year. Once you get through that first summer, you're in good shape.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a really special tree. I'm really proud to add this to our living collections.
Well, that'll be good. Well, Dale, Kyle, thank you so much. We appreciate that demonstration.
All right.
Looks like y'all done this before, right? Y'all done it before?
Many times.
Are you going to come back and visit the tree?
Of course we are.
All right.
Come back and visit it. Of course we are.